The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet. For a snack. Snack wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Who's Down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
It's never too early for Lowe's Black Friday deals. Snag some of our biggest savings of the season right now, like 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees. And get yourself free select DeWalt, Cobalt, or Craftsman tools when you buy a select battery or combo kit before the Black Friday rush. Because everyone loves free stuff, right? Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
ENGINE-EW-ITY Radio. The future of alternative.
All gas, no brakes.
With an occasional pit stop for snacks.
This is Test Miles.
Fresh and very, very spank-and-tickle. From all over the world. Spank-and-tickle.
What does that mean?
I'll translate it later. It's a German word. You just like to hear me say spank-and-tickle?
Yeah.
I do. I do.
No, you do say it a lot. I always assume it's bad.
It's a joke for
bad?
when we go to restaurants in Germany and I'm with the Germans, I always say, they'll say, what would you like to order off the menu? And I always say, I think the spank-and-tickle sounds really good. What about you guys? And they always look at me like, first of all, they're trying to think it sounds like it should be a German word, but if their English isn't that good, they don't really know what I'm talking about. And so they look at the menu and go, we don't see the spank-and-tickle. What are you referring to this? And then we all have a laugh, all Americans.
How about the spankin' floppin'? Do you like the
well,
spankin'
that's
floppin'?
the only word I know in German is bra, which is stoppen floppen.
Oh dear.
Well, what is
Frau,
woman in
That's
German?
Mrs. Fräulein is
Fraulein?
Mrs. Frau is his wife.
What's Miss?
Miss.
That's such a a not
right?
pretty language, you know? Like when you think about it's so like Fraulein. I mean,
But
it's
it doesn't
funny.
sound happy.
Kartoffel. I mean, Germans, it's a bit like Japanese. German is an aggressive language. If you hear someone speak German, you always think that they're just about to get into a fight. It's like Japanese. It's the same thing. No,
they aren't?
But I mean, they talk to each other and they say, Du bist ein Kartoffelflop. You know, and it's like, oh, this is going to be, you're a potato
Wait, what
head.
did you just say? Can we say that on the radio? I don't know.
Kartoffelkopf.
Potato head?
Potato head.
Is that a...
Yeah.
Mr. Potato Head?
Or...
Yeah, in Germany, Mr. Potato Head dolls are it's a highly
that's
sought
a German.
after.
That's a German sort of swear word, like bloody. Kartoffelkopf. Potato head. No, they just call
Mr.
you
Potato
you're a
Head?
potato head. You know, it's like a mild insult.
It's like slang.
Boy, they sure know how to. They sure know how to slam people,
mean,
don't they?
You potato head.
Hey, you're a potato. Oh no!
I mean, it gets
Ruined
you
my
know.
day.
That's
You would've
polite
just
swear
called
word. Like
me? I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle
polite
this.
slang. Like you're a silly Billy. It's the same sort of thing. You know. Anyway.
Wow. Are they stuck in like the 1950s?
Be careful. That's only
mentally?
5
What's
years from
going on there?
1945, the end of the Second World War, and you're getting awfully close to mentioning the war.
I
You
didn't
said
say
the
anything
1950s.
about it at all.
That's
You
5
did.
years off the Second World War. Just saying. Yeah, it ended
After?
in 45.
After? So I said, are they stuck in the 1950s? And then you jumped to
the Second World War.
What?
War.
But I said it's
Mentioning
only
the
5
war,
years off
Nick.
of the war.
I didn't say anything about it.
You were awfully close to
It all
mentioning the
started
war,
with
just 5 years off.
You know, you're lucky I'm in Chicago. Or I'd come over there and spank and tickle.
Oh, I'll buy the ticket.
Whatever that means.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be in the same room?
does.
He likes it.
Yes, we do. So
We've described this before, Nick. We're in the same room,
Yes.
but it's a large room.
Yes,
It covers the United States.
2,000 miles.
But yeah, like you travel all the time, and you don't get to do. You've talked a little bit about like your travels. But
let me set the scene, and then I'll update you about the travel. So, I obviously you've heard this, but I travel a lot, and recapping for everybody, I was in Japan, then Austin, Texas, then Spain, and then Germany for a week.
If I was in Japan, I probably wouldn't even mention Austin, Texas. I would probably be like, Japan.
Japan is by far my favorite
Austin
place
was
in the
fine.
world.
I mean,
like,
you know.
Absolutely. I would live in Japan in a hot minute if I could find a way to do that.
Nice.
Because
then why don't you?
Yeah.
Get your dogs together and get
I'd have
your
to have
things,
a
your
job
luggage.
and
Get out of here.
There's complicated things, and I don't.
You
I
can't
don't
do
speak
this job
Japanese.
from there?
I don't
There's
speak
the internet,
Japanese, and it's challenging.
A lot of Americans live there that don't speak Japanese.
Back to the story in hand. And I've done all this traveling, super jet lagged, and I have stories. I have stories from each country I visited. I can sum up that country in a sentence. Yeah, no?
Oh, no.
I know, right?
That's not great for talk radio.
We want details.
You got to have diarrhea of the mouth. Have you figured that out yet? Like, Nick will text me back. I'll like say, hey, we're going to do this show today. I got to get ready. We got to do all this stuff. He'll text me back, yes. And I'm like, are you not from the medium that we're on? Because the people that I know that are in this medium don't know how to shut up.
When you texted me, I had dog food in one hand and Costco pizza in the other. So I was having to voice the text and, yeah.
Well, and your mouth was full with the pizza.
I do not do that when I go to Costco. I do not do the samples.
Mm.
Well,
Why?
it is,
That's
except
the best part.
everybody
what
in
is
there.
wrong with you? You travel
Everybody
around the
and
world.
their kids.
Nick travels around the world. He'll go to a chain restaurant,
coffee shop,
and then, or a coffee shop, and then like he's at Costco. The one thing he doesn't do is the thing that's the best thing about Costco.
I have, I went on a Saturday. I went on a Saturday to Costco, and it was so busy, and I didn't want to stand 8 people deep in line for a wafer.
A tiny little piece of pizza.
You can.
Yeah.
Did you know? This is not an advertisement, but we're glad to accept their advertising dollar. Instacart has Costco now, and they will deliver everything to your house.
Instacart, shouldn't they?
I don't know why you're going out because it seems like a big deal, like to drive somewhere, to go all the way across town to Costco, and then it's like a whole event. And you can literally just have somebody drop
I was a little
stuff off at your
annoyed
door.
because the reason I went to Costco was to get dog food because my spouse told me that we were out of dry dog food. And I got back and there's a bag of kibble in the garage. And I said, why did I just go to Costco to get 2 bags of kibble when you had a bag? He says, no. I said, we're down to the last bag is what I told you. That's not what I heard, but apparently that's what I was told. So I didn't have to go to Costco anyway. But there you go. That's a long story.
And there's another thing. Like, take it from a guy who lives, and I've been living most of my life since I was in Portland without a car. Delivery is the greatest thing, greatest gift ever. Chewy.com. Again, not an advertisement, but we will accept your advertising dollar. You can do auto ship of all of your
here's
food,
the thing about Chewy. So I tell you, I used Chewy for many, many years, and apparently I saved like $800. But I have investigated nutrition, and apparently certain Costco dog foods are really, really well made and really healthy for your dogs. And we have some finicky. I have 6 dogs. So at least one of them is finicky about the food. Costco dog food is the only food that all 6 of them will eat. So
I see. So you've been, because that is difficult because, I have 2 cats and one of them is a little bit finicky sometimes if I change the mix up. Sometimes even if I give them special little treats, the Federico doesn't like them right away, but it takes some doing. But I think it just seems like your life, there's no time for anything, and yet you never take advantage of delivery.
No, that's not true.
Which is weird to me.
Like my spouse has a delivery from Amazon at least once a day, sometimes twice a day.
That's different.
Deliveries from Amazon, that's one thing. Everyone, but I'm talking about like groceries, pet food. Like you literally could have Costco pet food delivered to your door through Instacart.
I might try that. I'm going to try it. I'll report on it next show.
We have Safeway delivery and we have Fred Meyer delivery.
Yes.
It's like,
Safeway delivery is the best. I used to have that like back in the day when they first started doing it, and I knew the person who was in charge of it. And the Safeway, this is when I work from home. When I was at like one of the radio stations I was on in Portland, and I lived like maybe 8 blocks from the Safeway, but I didn't have a car during the day. My significant other had a car, and I was like, we need groceries, so I would order, and they would come to my house, and every single delivery driver would say, you could just walk to the store.
you're like, no. We got 30 seconds.
No. Yeah, I know. Right? See, there it is, Nick.
Well, it's been real, it's been fun, and there's been a lot of talk about everything but cars. We'll try for that next break. 45
do you
minutes.
notice this, Trish, when we come back from break, Nick always sounds like he's exhausted. Like he's been doing...
You exhaust
Laps
me
around
in the commercial
yard in
breaks.
between
Here we go.
In the commercial breaks, you absolutely exhaust me. Both of you.
That's not true.
It's like having 2 5-year-olds with crayons and a white wall.
Yeah, do you mean 2 5-year-olds that keep you on track and tell you, hey,
No.
up next we got to do this. Get ready for it.
I have an
5-year-olds
international
couldn't do that.
corporation to run. Welcome back to the
Nick,
show.
you admittedly
I
have
think this is-
ADD, right? I mean, you're on the
No,
spectrum. Am I correct? You're on the spectrum?
ADD. I think I only have half a brain, so there you go.
But like Nick, if Nick tells me he's recording cars, I know what that means. Like he sits there, but he's got like people pinging him and asking him for approval for things during the show. It's like, just tell them you're recording. Like it's time to do radio. Tell
I
them
need
you're
a
in a
rubber
recording
stamp that
session.
says approved.
I tell anybody, I don't tell people I'm doing a podcast anymore. I just say I've got a voice session in 10 minutes. And then they go like, well, of course, we'll talk to you later then, you know?
I love it.
But now, Nick, it's time for everyone's favorite.
Ask Test Miles.
You're going to
You know
test
how we
my
do
knowledge, aren't you?
Yeah, well, sometimes these questions are a little bit weird, you know? Like when I see them, I'm like, really?
Don't you think that's just a little bit weird?
Yeah.
Well,
like
one of the reasons is that you get to scan the social media pages and choose the questions. And I think what you do is try to punish me. But we'll see after today's episode.
Why would you make this like something where you're putting
Punishment.
You're putting me in a position where you like want to be mad. You don't like answering questions. We can stop doing this
Perhaps
segment.
I like the spank and tickle.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
How many minivans have you tested this year? There's a lot of minivans out there.
You know what? So I think I have tested all of. Well, actually, no, I haven't done the Honda Odyssey. There's only 4 companies that make minivans in the United States. Toyota, they make the Sienna. Honda makes the Odyssey. Kia makes the Carnival, and Chrysler makes the Pacifica.
Maybe we should do a game. Name all the minivans. You'd win.
Yeah, well, there you go. I've just done it.
Congratulations.
And I don't think I've missed anybody. There is a new one coming from Mercedes, which is called the V-Class, but it's a luxury minivan. So it's more like a limo. That's the way things are going, by the way. We're not going to have sedans anymore. We're going to have luxury minivans. That's going to be the new hot thing in the car
What we've
industry.
all been waiting for.
It's basically sort of, you can be shipped around in style. They exist in Asia, like in Korea and Japan. There's luxury minivans.
Guy goes to Japan for 3 days, never stops talking about, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought my mic was off.
Well, that was a generalization about the Asian world versus just Japan.
You said Japan.
But they're a big thing in Asia, is luxury minivans. Anyway, the 4 in the U.S. are family vehicles. My favorite is split between the Toyota Sienna and the Kia Carnival. The Kia Carnival it punches way above its weight.
Which minivan would you live in?
The Kia Carnival.
Okay. And why?
The Sienna is super practical and great. Well, because it's very luxury. It has the captain's chairs that have the leg ottoman on them, so you can push a button and you're basically in like a first class airline seat that goes back.
Does it massage your buttock? Because that would be
it does
ideal.
everything. It
they always have ones that
massages
massage
you.
your shoulders, but never the buttock.
No, they have the massaging in the base and up the back. And
What
it's
about
not this
what about your
massage. It's
feet?
just
Can
like
the,
did
can
something.
the pedals massage your feet as you press them?
I don't think so. But it's not the massaging in the seats that is like the. Did I just feel something? Was there? No, it's the massage where they get deep and
Yes.
they push in deep. That's the kind of
buttock
massaging
tissue
it is.
massage is what I want.
Yeah, that's what they do. They don't mess around.
Ask Test Miles.
Okay, this is a weird one. If Nick were a vehicle, would he be an estate or an MVP? What does that mean?
Don't you
Multi-passenger
think that's
vehicle.
just a little bit weird?
Yeah. What would you be?
I would be in a station wagon, basically.
Yeah.
That's who I am and what I would be.
I like the classic station wagons. Can they bring those giant things back from the 80s? Those are cool.
No, Americans just don't buy them. A few car companies make them, but Americans just don't buy station wagons anymore.
Are you sure?
Why were
Which
they
is sad.
designed in the
Yeah.
first place? Like, what was the purpose of that?
They were the
really
precursor to
long
the
back end?
minivan.
The Brady Bunch,
They were the
probably.
precursor. Yeah, so that
Yeah, but there's
you'd
no
have a
seats
station
back there.
Yeah, there were seats in the back. They were on the side though. A lot of times, and some station wagons didn't have third rows, but there was really the invention of the third row was the station wagon.
But weren't station wagons, were they safer than like SUVs?
Not necessarily safer, but once SUV was invented, once the minivan was invented in 1984, it was the Dodge Voyager.
Yeah, go to hell, Clark Griswold. Drive your car off a cliff. We don't care.
So once those were invented, they were higher than the sedans or the wagons, and so people didn't want to sit in something that was lower and have traffic. Those pickup trucks were big and this sort of thing. So they invented SUVs really because people wanted to sit higher, and also it gave you the idea that you were rugged and off-roady, although most crossovers don't really go off-road very well. They do some mild gravel roads.
Let's be honest. We've said this before. They do that in the commercials because they get tired of shooting the road. And they're like, hey, let's make it go off-road. It'll be more interesting for TV. Nobody's going off-road with these vehicles.
It's all aspirational. So Range Rovers are extremely good off-road vehicles, but less than 0.1% of owners ever take them off-road.
Right.
Just to let you know.
We're not idiots.
Yeah.
Here's another question. Does Nick wear a cape when he parallel parks on the first try? Of course he does.
Yes, but I should also tell you that I just experienced. So my trip to Spain, I was there for the new iX3 BMW's car. Can't talk about how it drives just yet, but what I can say is they debuted a parking system with this, and they asked me what's wrong with the automatic parking systems that do the parking for you. Because quite a few cars have them, but nobody really uses them. And one of the things is it's hard to work out how to use them. They don't work very well, and they're just not impressive. Like, it's not cool. So they rolled out this new automatic parking system that does either end-in or parallel parking, whichever. And it's a single button on the steering wheel. You press it, the car, and then you drive past the space. The car identifies the space, and you don't have to stay in the car to park it. You can actually get out of the car, and it will park itself in the space it just identified.
And it'll tuck in your cape so you can use it as a napkin later.
Yeah, exactly. So it has a cape holding shelf in the car.
I really think they should make parking capes, don't you?
So in Europe, I mean, parking you absolutely have to do it. But in America, it's much harder because your vehicles are much bigger and the spaces aren't necessarily much bigger.
Yeah, and our asses are much fatter. Right.
Yeah. So, when you park next to somebody, you just squeeze out. It's a tough one. Anyway.
What did you say? Squeeze out?
You're listening to Test Miles with the Three Stooges. I'm not sure who's
No,
curly,
no,
who's
no,
long,
no,
who's
no,
long.
I don't agree with that. It
What,
says here,
you're
I
not a
wrote you.
stooge?
Here's what I wrote for Nick to say, and he didn't even notice it. The Freeway Funkle, that's Nick.
Yeah.
Trish, the Road Trip Wrangler, didn't say that.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
And Marconi, the Premium Petrol Princess.
Ooh.
Oh.
Triple P.
That's a lot of P's.
That's me. Yeah. I like P.
The triple. Can we just call you Triple P?
Yeah, sure.
I think.
No,
I think Triple
but
P
you know,
is better.
don't be calling. I mean, you're always trying to lump us into some like that we're a joke. You know, we're here
I'm a joke.
on our own free will to help you do a program.
Yeah.
The least you
Why?
could do is at least show some respect.
Acknowledge it.
Love us,
Oh, yeah.
Nicholas.
I respect you. You're my favorite spank and tickle.
Nick,
so you guys-
you've been traveling so much. And when do you
Yeah.
get time to sit down to have any thoughts in your life to like pet your dogs? What are you doing?
Well, you know, it's so interesting that I got back from. It took me 26 hours to get home from Munich. So I started off in Munich.
That's too
at
many.
7 a.m. So
Too many hours.
The good thing
That's
about
more than a day
this was
if you're measuring.
the
That's-
hotel. Right,
It's like a day and a half.
It's a day and a bit. I started off at the hotel. I had to get up at 4 a.m. I called home and it was I think like 7 p.m. or something like that at home. So I said, "Hey, I'm just getting
Do you have
up.
international
I'm
calling?
in the
I'm
airport."
worried now about your international calling.
No, we use WhatsApp. Everybody
Man.
uses WhatsApp abroad because it's free.
Yeah.
So I called home and said, "Hey, I'm just heading to the airport." Went into the airport, checked in at 5 a.m., put my luggage in, went to the lounge, and then about 6:30, I got on my flight from Munich to Amsterdam. Now, this was the only way I could go home to get home in the same day. Otherwise, I would have had to spend the night in Amsterdam. So I flew to Amsterdam, and then when I got to Amsterdam, our flight was about 30 minutes late, but it was fine because I had a 4-hour layover. And then my departing flight was also late. So it went to a 3.5-hour layover and then went back to a 4-hour layover. So the first thing you do when you get to Amsterdam is you have to go through passport control because I'm going on an international flight. So that usually takes about 40 minutes to an hour.
Is it that thing where like the old guy holds the $20 bill up to the light? They hold your passport up to the light to make sure it's real?
Yeah, a little like that. But you know, you've known me for 20 odd years. You know, in the last 5 years, I lost 100 pounds. And I started dyeing the gray out of my hair. So
You used to be
so they
Daddy
look at my-
Plumpkins, and now you're
Right.
Daddy Slimkins.
Skinnykins, yeah, Slimkins. So I always have trouble in passport control. They look at my passport and they look at me and they look at my passport and they look at me and they go, it's clearly not the same guy in the picture. And then they ask for some other ID. So I give them my British passport and then it's
They're
the
like,
same
sir,
thing.
are you full of deviled eggs? What's going
and
on?
then I give them the driver's license and they go, well, if this guy's got 3 forms of ID plus 2 passports, and then sometimes they call a supervisor over who then goes,
Oh,
yeah, look
God.
at his eyebrows. They're ugly. It's obviously the same
His
guy.
eyebrows are still the original color.
Yeah, right.
Can they just do a
then
rectal scan or something? Make sure it's you. I mean, come on, let's
Doesn't
just
sound
get
nice
to
at
it.
all.
With these
So-
pictures and not knowing who's what, it's just ridiculous.
Anyway, what ends up happening is I get through. Then I sat in the KLM lounge, which is the Dutch airline that I fly inside.
That's the
Europe,
English
usually.
radio station, right? KLM.
KLM, yeah, maybe. And then I went to my flight, and my flight was to Minneapolis, and the plane was like 250 years old. Not really, but it felt like it.
I'm waiting for you to get to the point where you talk about tickling penguins. Is this where are we getting to? What's going
Spank and
on?
tickle, you mean? Well,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you about my journey home.
Yeah, you're
just
telling
telling
me,
me
well,
what
I
I'm
went to
doing.
the bathroom and I got
So no.
I got
So
my
then-
bill, I got
so
my
then-
wallet, and
Then I got to Minneapolis, and I had
Yes.
to wait another 4 hours to get the flight to Portland.
then
And
27
so when
days
I
later,
arrived,
I went to Costco
when I
and
arrived
got some
at-
dog food.
When I arrived home, it was 26
I feel like I was
hours.
there. I feel like we're in
Well,
flight with you
should
right
do.
now.
You should do. It was 26 hours since I left
Yes.
Germany. That's how long
Okay.
it took me to get home.
And nothing
so-
happened.
Yeah, no. Yesterday, you were
Okay, here
asking
we
about,
go.
do I ever get to spend time with my dogs?
Right.
That was your original question. So yesterday, I spent the whole day in bed, basically cuddling my dogs and sleeping, trying to recover from this horrendous trip home.
But why do you do it if it takes so much? I don't know. Even like ESPN, like basketball analysts get more in and go home more than you.
They're not. They don't do so many international events, but it was very important being in Germany because I got to see Audi's new F1 team unveiled.
Have you ever thought I could probably, this is like one of those things that could have been an email. This could have been like a video I see on YouTube.
I mean, I got to see the car. I got to be with the car. I got to film the car rather than just looking at pictures.
Now, what is so different about the new
food
one from the last one?
It's not. Audi have never had an F1 team, so it's then their first car.
You meet the whole team? Is that what you're saying?
The team were there. All the principals of the team were there. And not everybody.
I don't know what that means.
Even
is that fancy speak for a lot of people?
Management. That's fancy speaks for management.
Oh, so the suits.
Yes, the suits.
Those guys are always
There's
fun.
the drivers, the suits. The head of Audi was there. I mean, it was just a great event. I got to see the car, and I also got 15 minutes alone with the car, which I did unspeakable things to it. No,
I don't know if that's
filmed
right.
a segment.
I don't think they should let you do that. I'm gonna be against that. I think.
Did
you
filmed a
film
segment
with the car when you were doing unspeakable things? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there right now. You can go see it at testmiles.com.
Now, see, if you had led with that, I would have been interested. Like, I did unspeakable things with the car. Here's some audio from that.
Yeah.
But instead, you were like, I spent 26 hours on the plane, and then
it was good. It was good, but I spent a day in bed with my dogs, basically recovering, and I kept sleeping, and
I feel like I was in Amsterdam. It's almost like I didn't need to travel. You know what I'm saying, Trish?
I love Amsterdam.
Okay, Nick, which one of the dogs always has their tongue sticking out when they have a toy in their mouth? I remember
that's Ben.
Ben, okay.
The puppy. He's the baby.
Doesn't look like a puppy. Oh my God.
So Nick, now when you did unspeakable things, I do need to know.
Yes.
Did you clean up after yourself? And
they have a guy.
Do they charge you for that? Is that like an extra?
No, there's a guy.
Fee?
Yeah, they expect.
But the guy does the guy work for free? Like how does it? Do you have to tip him?
What guy?
Does he have mints? Like what is it like the bathroom attendant? How does that work?
Yeah, he has a towel over his arm. That's all you need to know. Let me just say that was one of the highlights. There was some real highlights of this trip.
But you didn't tell us any of them.
We haven't got there. You asked me your question. Your question was, did you get to spend any time with your dogs?
So you're blaming me for your long story about getting on a plane? Like, couldn't you just say, I had to travel 26 hours and then I finally got to be home and I slept with my dogs. But, the thing is, it was worth it. I mean, you took us through it. Like, you were like, you want to ask me a question?
I was miserable. You guys are going to be miserable with me.
Do you remember the first break of the show in which you told me that the single word answers weren't acceptable? So I didn't give you a single word answer.
But tell us a detail of a story that means something besides I got on a plane, then I ate a bag of chips, and then I went into the closet and I got a pair of socks.
I did have
put those on.
I had a bag of chips on the plane. Yeah, I did. They were Danish chips.
Do this show like if you were on the Tonight Show explaining a story. You gotta make it pop, Daddy.
No, then I would be a success, and that's just not who I am.
Yeah. Because when I see you on TV, you are magnanimous. You have energy. You're prepared. You come at it. When you do the radio show, you're like, yeah, well, you went to Spain. So how are you guys doing? I'm like, wait, you probably got a couple of stories.
What?
I know he's got one because he took a great picture. You put it on your socials. I couldn't tell what was behind you, though. It looked like something
it was a picture of the F1 drivers in their helmet and their suits. They have black suits, which is really cool.
Now, why didn't you get one of those suits to put on?
All I got was I got a laundry bag. That was my gift from
I think you just
Audi.
hit your microphone button and you turned it up to like 12 or 15. I don't know what just happened.
Oh. Wow. Super sorry. That means I've been pushing things. All right, coming up, we're going to do some more fun stuff at Test
We're going to ask
next.
Test Miles more of your questions. It's right there in front of you, man. Come on.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your Freeway Funkle.
No, you don't need to do that now. We already did that. Now you're doing it again.
Freeway Funkle.
That was for the beginning of the show. and you missed it, and then I pointed that out because you were calling us the Stooges. And I said, no, look what I wrote.
Of the show in the script, it just has it written there. So I inserted
at the
it where
very
I needed
top,
to.
at the very top of your script, it says Nick, Freeway Funkle, Trish, Road Trip Manager. Yeah, that's meant before the beginning of the show. when you were on the air doing the very open break, when we come back on, when it says, when the Test Miles thing says Test Miles, and you say that. I don't know if is this really Nick, or is this like a replacement, like an AI bot? What's happening?
AI, it's definitely AI, Nick. Thanks.
It's like your brain is like an Etch-a-Sketch. I don't know. Like we've been doing this show for a while together.
It's actually got some build-up, and it needs the holes cleaning.
You need your holes cleaned. That's what it is. Well, maybe this will help. Probably not.
All right, here we go. Throw it at me.
Can a car seat be installed correctly without crying?
Well, the technical answer to that is yes, but realistically, probably absolutely not. They are hard to do. In fact, fire departments around the country, most of the fire departments will actually help you install your car seat because they can be super complicated. I don't know why, though. I mean, they should make them super easy.
Yeah, why are they?
Yes, much easier.
Because you have to thread it through. Like, Trish, I'm sure you've had to do this. You have to thread it with the special way through the seat, and then you've got to lock it in, and then half the time you get it wrong, and you're like, well, I guess.
So installing a car seat, I consider installing a car seat the same as these three tasks: folding a fitted sheet. It's about as easy as that.
Yeah.
Assembling IKEA furniture. And getting a toddler to put on shoes the first time you ask. Those are the three things that I think fitting a car seat is like.
You would think that they would make these things easy. And the other thing is, Nick, is when you put a car seat in, it faces the back, right? To a certain age.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
If that's the safest way for a baby, why don't they have seats like that for humans that are older than a baby? Why is it? Why, if that's so safe, then why?
It's a lot of times it's to do with airbags, so the child is protected from the airbag exploding.
Oh, they're too tiny for airbags.
Yeah. It would.
That's a show right there. Too small for airbags.
It's just. But I think tearing up and crying when installing it is part of the factory approved installation process.
Yeah. And you made me think about wrestling with a fitted sheet. You get all sweaty.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't even want to put this on. Just you storm out of the room. I need a break.
This is how it goes.
Roll it up and put it in a closet.
Fitting a baby seat in a car goes like this. You read the instructions and you feel confident. You attempt the installation and then you lose confidence.
Yeah.
You tighten the straps. It doesn't tighten. You tighten it again, it tightens like 0.3 millimeters, so it does it like not enough. You Google 5 different videos to try and find out what you're doing wrong, and all of them contradict each other. Then you cry, and finally you click into perfection, or you drive to the fire station and have them install it for you.
But you're telling me if you drive to the fire station, they will put it in for you.
Most fire stations will. You have to check with your local fire station, and they also have appointments to do it and clinics. So they're like Saturday.
Or if you just get really sick of it
seats.
all together, you can just drop your baby off in that little thing that they have on the outside.
Oh, poor baby.
I mean,
all right. Ready for the next
safe
question.
at least, right? You want more questions? Fine.
Yeah.
How do I get melted crayons out of cup holders? These are mom specific, I think.
Yeah, they are step by step to remove the melted crayons from the cup holders. Don't try and get it out when it's still melted, right? If it's in the sun, so make sure you do it at night where it's cooled off and it's gone hard.
Or in the garage.
Actually, because if you try and get it off when it's still icky and melted, then it'll just spread.
Yeah, you don't want to get it off when it's icky and melted.
No.
Or spread.
So you want to get it out in chunks. I always recommend something like a plastic spoon or like an old gift card to get in there, or a silicone spatula from the kitchen. If you use silicone spatulas in your kitchen, just use one of those. Don't use anything metal though, because that'll scratch the plastic of the cup holder.
What was the spatula
silicone
made of?
spatula?
Yeah, silicone.
Right. Silicone.
Yeah.
Right. I like my silicone spatulas. They're
silicone spatulas.
No, but you should really be doing this as a voiceover on a TikTok. This is what your TikTok should be. You cleaning things out of cars. I think I would watch that.
Maybe it should be.
Yeah.
If you need to melt it a little bit to get some of the stuff out, you could always use a hairdryer or a warm, damp cloth
No,
to clean out
I'm using
some
a
of the
silicon
residue.
spatula. There's no getting out of that.
Well, because it sometimes leaves behind wax oil. So WD-40 will get that out. Coconut oil, olive oil, Goo Gone will all get that sort of the stain out. And
What about vinegar?
No, vinegar is it won't help you at all in this situation to clean plastic. But then wash the cup holder with soapy water once you're done, and you should get rid of a lot of. A magic eraser sometimes helps get rid of any stains in the cup holder too.
Just get a new car. Just get a new car.
Well, or a new child.
Yeah, right. That's my solutions. I think are easiest. Is it legal to drive with a trunk full of forgotten sports gear? Or I was going to say, is it illegal to drive with a trunk full of gumballs?
Well, to be honest with you, it's fine as long as they don't obstruct your rear view. So, like if your trunk is full and you can't see it out the back, that's not good. Or it shifts or flies around dangerously. And honestly, if it's got sort of man scent to it, you probably don't want it in your car. Like, if
maybe that's why I have it in there. You don't know.
Maybe it could be. What might run you into trouble, if it falls out while you're driving, that, if you have too much of it, too much sports gear, your trunk is over full and you can't put anything else in the car. I would say take unused sports gear out, keep heavier items in the trunk if you can't get it all out, but I would get it out. There's no reason to keep it in.
Similar situation, but a trunk full of gumballs. And have a follow-up question. Have you ever traveled with a trunk full of gumballs in your life?
Well, first of all, no. The second answer is no. And a trunk full of gumballs is okay as long as they're thrill. Well, a trunk full of gumballs is okay as long as they're not partially chewed.
Okay. So, now, can you make it up just to thrill me? Tell me a story about the time you traveled across the country with a trunk full of gumballs.
No, the car went across the country with the trunk full of gumballs, but I was in Japan, so I wasn't there.
Right.
You guys do remind me of a story, though, and it's very embarrassing. But
does it involve a trunk full of gumballs? Oh my God!
Yes,
were you in
Japan?
It involves a blow-up doll. Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can. Okay.
I forgot. We had a birthday party for one of my friends, and they didn't want the doll to stay at their house. So
Don't you think that's just a little bit weird?
I put it in my trunk, and I totally forgot about it. And like a couple of weeks later,
this sounds like an excuse you told someone when they found the blow-up doll in the trunk.
Are you saying Loretta was found deflated in your trunk when you got pulled over one time?
Well, she wasn't deflated. She was still very flated, but
she was still pumpkin.
She was still flated.
She was still pumpkin.
She was still plumpkin.
Just pumpkin flated.
Now, when did you discover her? Was it were you pulled over? Was there trouble?
No, well, I was just at a couple of friends' house, and we were going to put some stuff in the trunk, and I honestly completely forgot. I opened it up, and everybody was looking at me like, Trisha.
Did you slam it shut really quick and go, I don't know what that was?
Oh.
And then I had to try to tell them the story, and of course, he didn't believe one word that I was saying, because...
Why is her lipstick smeared? It's weird.
What would have been funny is if you just... It was like normal. Let me put this over to the side. So they'll go in there quite fine, as if you always carry a doll in your trunk.
This is an everyday occurrence.
As if everybody has an inflatable doll in their trunk.
Yeah. I think everyone should try it once in a while just to have fun.
You don't have one?
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
One of those real dolls. That's a real creepy thing to have.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have that in a trunk. Watch now the family road trip takes a whole new meaning. No, but I'm glad, Nick.
Was like...
Nick, what's the best car snack that doesn't crumble, melt, or spill?
And I think sesame sticks.
But don't they crumble though? Sesame sticks?
No, they don't crumble. They're small. I mean, they're as big as like from your knuckle to the end of your thumb.
What snacks do you have in your car right now? Do you have anything?
I'd have to go look. My dad's the big car snacker. Do you know my mom will clean out the car?
He's the passenger princess in your family?
Yeah, he is. My mom will clean out the car, and she's very, you know, my mom, she's super meticulous. Everything's vacuumed and polished and wiped. And then my dad will go to Trader Joe's, and he buys those little Cheez-It type things that they sell at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And then he eats half a bag on the way home, and the car looks like, they look orange dust everywhere.
I like that.
It explodes over everything.
Well, you know, what are you going to do?
It's like our president had his tan put on in my dad's car.
I mean, your father's 80. Let him do what he does, you know? I mean,
he's 83, so he does it 10 times worse.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. Yeah, Nick, tell us
he's
what's coming up next.
That's it. We're done. We're, you know what's coming up next? What's coming up next? You get a break from Test Miles.
Oh.
Test Miles, available on demand.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Or for more, check out testmiles.com.
Give it up for Adobe, everybody.
The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet. For a snack. Snack wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
'Tis the season of gifting and halls to deck, and the Who's and Who Newville were in love with new tech. Where can we find Sonos and Samsung and Nintendo, they shouted. Would they find it in one place? This they questioned and doubted. When suddenly a Who yelled, Walmart's the place to start. And each Who added headphones, TVs, and games to their carts. With Walmart, their shopping was done in a flurry. They cried out, "Who knew?" and ordered their gifts in a hurry. Shop the latest tech gifts in the Walmart app.